I think probably the one that has been most visible to me is sales tax. In 1989, when we started SkyMall, I was faced with a dilemma. Do we or do we not collect sales tax? We're a direct marketing business. Amazon, by the way, has taken the opposite approach. And being a CPA, being an accountant, I felt very strongly that I didn't want to start a position where a government could put me out of business. And so we made the decision, unlike all of the direct marketing industry, to collect and remit sales and use tax on all transactions throughout the United States. We were the first catalog company that ever made that decision. I hate the fact that we had to make that decision because all of my competitors were not collecting sales tax, and I felt that I was at a disadvantage of 8%, 7% on every transaction. But we made the decision because I was a startup business. I could not afford to have the state of Texas come back and assess me penalties and interest on sales or use tax that I should have collected and remitted to them. And that could put any small business out of business that's doing business all over the United States. So we went to 6,500 jurisdictions and had to keep current in our computer sales and use tax in every city, county, and state in the United States. We're the first company that had to do that in the United States, and it was a nightmare. And we didn't do it perfectly. In 1994, we were sued out of Oklahoma, a class action lawsuit, because a lady bought a set of cufflinks. She actually worked for a lawyer, and she knew that we were charging the wrong amount in her city. And they sued us, class action, for 26 cents of miscollecting and remitting of sales tax in that city. And what they thought was happening, their lawyer, her boss, thought that we were collecting and not remitting sales tax. And I know as a CPA, that's the fastest way to go to jail. And so when they did discovery a year later on that lawsuit, and they discovered that we were actually doing our best as a small business in Phoenix, Arizona, to keep up with 6,500 taxing jurisdictions and doing our best but making some mistakes along the way, that we were not fraudulent by keeping those sales taxes. We were remitting them the best we could. And if we didn't know the rate, we charged the highest rate in the state of Texas, and we remitted all of the money to the state of Texas for them to disperse to all of their municipalities. So I have a passion about how difficult it is for small businesses, especially if they're not just working in one town, how difficult it is to collect and remit the proper amount of taxes to all the taxing authorities.